Hey, boys and girls, welcome to the TB&J Mic. Let's get going. Oh, I'm gonna gallop, gallop, gallop to the TB&J Mic. Gonna go to the show where the wit is keen, to the best comics that I ever seen. Gonna gallop, gallop, gallop to the TB&J Mic. Gonna hop on my saddle and away I go to the TB&J show. Yahoo!
No,
Oh my god. Okay, wait, here we go. Sorry. Oh shit, I was not on top of that. That's all my
way
fault.
to go,
I
Tom.
know, that was so my fault.
Did you
But
freeze
oh my
him?
god, everybody, give it up for fantastic Bronco Brad. Sorry it took a little bit to transition. But it's so nice. This is a little, I've never had a theme song before, believe it or not. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We have a very special episode of the TB&J Open Mic. I am a little panicked right now because our guest of honor I don't think is in the room yet, but that's fine. I'm Tom, your host for the evening, and with me as always as my co-host is Brooksy, Poopsie. Before we get started, I'm going to do a quick review of our policies. First, two-strike heckling policy. So, first strike, we will mute you if you are heckling. Second strike, we will, doing anything weird from your camera, we'll kick you out of the room. And then our second policy is a zero-tolerance harassment policy. So, if you feel you're being harassed, send a private message to either me or Brooks, and one of us will kick them out of the room, no questions asked. And finally, when you perform, it is suggested that you... use gallery view or pin the video. You'll see there's another square in here that's basically a timer, and that's how you can keep track of how much time you have left in your set when I'm on top of things and not forgetting, which happens sometimes. But finally, don't forget to leave your socials in the chat because we love networking here. And for our audience, special note that this is an open mic, so the comedians performing come to us with varying levels of experience, so be nice. Also, the content featured on this show and all of our shows may not be suitable for all audiences, so you have been warned. We won't be doing the one-liner game tonight in chat, as we are going to be focusing on all the Uncrustable madness happening with Desiree, so that's how we're going to send off the show instead. But still feel free to use the chat, talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. With all that being said, if you'd like to support the stream, like and follow us on all the platforms in the video description, and please consider making a donation while you watch at district-comedy.live, where you can also purchase our merch. We have merch now. But now I'm gonna get us started. Woo, 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 woo. Mine will be the least climactic transition of the night. But yeah, coming at you live from my closet. You're welcome, Mom. A little bit about me. Fun fact, I'm bi, but I'm engaged to a man, so I get to round up to gay. But I'm really glad that I found someone, though, because I'm 28, which is the gay dead. I am past the point where I can identify as a twink. I am a twunk. I have twonked. And I'm not sure what I would identify as now. Like, I'm not going to be part of the herd of animals that Disney princesses call when they want to get, like, drunk at brunch. Like, that's not me. What I'm saying is, I don't feel like I am either an otter, bear, cub, panda, wolf, scruff, pup, fox, silver fox, giraffe, pig, hawk, horrible. Like, the closest animal that I relate to is a unicorn, but they don't even exist. So I'd like to suggest that bisexual people start identifying as animal hybrids, such as the zebroid. And if you're not familiar, because I found this out recently, a zebroid is a zebra mixed with a horse, which fits me so much better because, like a zebra, I have definitely been in enough bad relationships to have earned my stripes, and because, like a donkey, I am hung, but not nearly as well as some of my peers. Don't worry, I researched that joke extensively back in college. Acting like I had a social life. I don't know. But, yeah, as I was saying, really grateful to no longer be on the market. For one, my family uses the Find My iPhone app to keep track of each other, which I was not down with, so they just downloaded Grindr. Does it say that Thick Dick 69 is 10 miles away? I guess Tommy won't be home in time for dinner. But yeah, let's see, a couple other jokes maybe. I'm also a librarian, which makes me not a member of the LGBTQAI plus community, but the ABGILQT plus community, because alphabetizing. And I actually, because we have a good deal of people in the room now, it was like we started the show and I was worried because we had 10 people, and now I'm looking at it and we have like the full roster of like 20 in here, so I'm just gonna end my time there. Give it up for Tom. Anyway, now I'm gonna bring up my set list, see who we have up first on the mic. This is coincidence. I almost feel guilty because I think the last time he was on, he was also first on the mic. But it was also great last time. I really enjoyed this guy's energy. He's a cheerful dude from Canada. Give it up for Mark Anticipation Hallworth.
Thanks, Tom. Tom, have you ever heard of a zadonk? It's a zebra donkey. It's actually called a zadonk. You'd have stripes and then dat ass, or I don't know. Donkey. Anyway, these are short sets, so let me get into this. Okay, we all want to have interesting lives, of course. Nobody wants to be boring. I don't think anybody's like, whoa, 2 scoops of raisins. A lame-o. But I am personally happy that I'm like easily impressed. As exciting as I want my life to be, I'm glad that I'm easily impressed by basic things. I get Signal in my basement apartment. I'm like, what a world. And I think if your life is too cool, you turn numb to it. I was on a crowded train one time, and this guy was like elbowing his way through people. It was scary. He looked like a rugby player going through a divorce. She took all my jerseys. It was so scary. And then he stopped face to face with this seemingly random woman in her 40s. And he was like, oh, Ralph, you doing okay, buddy? Okay. I was like, is that the guy from the story? No. He stopped face to face with this random woman in her 40s, and he was like, what's your name? And she was like, Darlene, what's yours? And he spits back at her, go fuck yourself. It was like super tense on the train until Darlene over here, without batting an eye, just goes, that's an interesting name. Like, what? Show some emotion, Lurch, like you're blasé about this. Someone's screaming at this woman and she's like, boring. You might not think you have an interesting life, but at least you're not Darlene. How hard is this woman to impress? Train. Ugh. Normally I get to work by getting shot out of a cannon. Like, last thing out of me. I don't know how much time I have because the timer thing disappeared, but whatever. Last thing out of me. Okay, wicked. I try to keep life interesting for other people as well. I think I'm doing an okay job. I was teaching in this college, and I was looking around for dry erase markers, man. No one had it. I'm like opening room after room, and I stick my head into this one lecture hall, and again, there's no dry erase marker, and out loud, I just go, fuck! And I close the door. And then I take like 2 steps, and then I realize, wait a minute, there was a class going on in that room. There was like a full lecture with a prof and everything. Like, how crazy did that look that some homeless guy is like, fuck, this isn't the methadone clinic? Like, I probably looked horrible. And maybe I wasn't even the only guy to do that. This is what I mean. I want to keep life interesting. Maybe other people were shouting inappropriate things. Like, I come in, I'm like, fuck. And then half an hour later, another guy's like, pussy. Like, shouting things. I'm trying to keep life interesting. My dream is that the professor was being really cocky towards those students. He was about to brag about how he never makes mistakes. That's what he was about to say. But that's how he sets it up. He's like, students, something I've never done. And then I'm like, fuck. Like, that's my dream. The prof is like, no, I swear. Anyway, that's my time, everybody. Thanks so much. This show's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Keep it going for Mark Hallworth, everybody. Yeah. Awesome. Blossoms. Such a funny guy. So positive. I need a miniature version of him to take with me everywhere in my pocket. Not because I'm sad, but I can always be happier. Anyway, next up, we have a really exciting guest. They are the producer and host of Nook Smiles Ticket, ACNH Comedy, a stand-up show set in the world of Animal Crossing New Horizons. That sounds so fun. What? And streamed to Zoom. Give it up for Amethyst Baron. Woo, 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 woo!
Thank you. So you may not be able to tell this over Zoom, but I actually have a really sick body. Even my doctors agree. I have long haul COVID, which is a terrible illness. First of all, I have issues with the name long haul COVID. Kind of implies that I got COVID while driving a truck. I did not. So the term refers to people who get COVID and stay sick for weeks or months, or maybe even forever. They don't really know right now. I'm on my 9th month of being sick, and I have fevers and terrible headaches every day, plus about 5 to 10 random, constantly changing symptoms. It really feels like the virus is just whirling around my body, playing the most sadistic game of musical chairs imaginable. Oh. Third, on top of being... I also get to argue with my doctors constantly. They know nothing about long haul COVID, but they're somehow still sure that I don't have it. In addition to being this sick, it's been a pretty emotionally difficult pandemic for me. I lost both my senior pet rabbits in quarantine. Flopsy was 11, Buddha was 13. I really love them, but I'm honestly really jealous of the healthcare they got. I've actually spent a lot of time in vet's offices and various doctor's office over the past couple of years, and I've noticed a few things. Let's start with the clinics themselves. Why and how is my vet's office so much cleaner than my doctor's office? My vet's office is cozy and inviting with a rich color scheme, while literally every doctor's office I've ever set foot in is in clinical whites and various shades of dirt. The anatomical models and posters at the vets are plentiful and pristine, while the few at my doctor's offices have pharmaceutical logos and are missing key parts. I actually grew up thinking that I only had one ovary. At the vet, there are flat screen monitors in every exam room that show montages of happy, healthy patients. Any doctor's office that I've ever been to has one busted TV that, if it's working, shows the same conservative 24-hour news network. And there's absolutely zero evidence that anyone has ever benefited from their visits. My vet uses adorable, fresh, luxurious fleece blankets for each patient. The doctor's office opts for a thin sheet of paper that is almost always already crinkled and torn from their previous patients. My vet's office is also odorless, despite the fact that none of their patients can use a toilet. It's rare that I've encountered a hospital that doesn't inexplicably reek of urine and vitamins. I guess one of the biggest takeaways, though, that I've made in the past few years is that I'm perfectly happy paying an obscene amount of money just to hear a boomer say that I've done a good job. Okay, thank you.
Woo! Keep it going for Amethyst Baron, everybody. And please be sure to leave the link to that show in the chat, because I want to check out some New Horizons entertainment. Next up on the mic, let's see. Really excited. It's been a minute since he's been here. He didn't say this in his intro, but I believe you can catch him at one of the Rampantly mics. Give it up for the hilarious. Make sure He is in the room. There he is. Awesome. Give it up for the fantastic Josh Mandel. Woo, woo, woo,
Thank you.
Woo!
Yeah. A kid in my town has stabbed someone 12 times. He said it was self-defense.
Ah.
After the first 4 stabs, that's definitely a turnover on downs. Like, that's a good drive. It was, it was really, it was crazy. I mean, he got sentenced to life in jail, so, and 15 yards, 15-yard penalty also. It's crazy, and the whole, the whole thing was over $9. Do you know how petty you have to be to stab someone more times than dollars that you're robbing them for?
Ha!
I used to know a girl named Daria Lipschitz. This is the type of thing. It's like, why didn't you just take your mom's last name? Like, how bad could it have been? You know, like Mrs. Vomit Pussy. It's just crazy to me. How does that conversation go? Like the mother probably says to the, I really think that Daria should take my last name, McNeil, and let the Lipschitz legacy die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if your last name was Bin Laden, you wouldn't name your kid Daria Lipschitz. That's cruel. I would actually rather be a Bin Laden, to be honest. That's an established family. I think at this point it counts as old money. It's good for getting internships, You won't. I was taking a walk today and I saw a postal van, but it wasn't. It didn't have it didn't say like Honda or any car company on it. It just had where that is. We're in the circle thing on it was just like the post office's logo. I was like, wow, like that car must only arrive where we're intended to go like 80% of the time. Weird. I had to stop drinking alcohol. I didn't have a problem or anything. It just makes me shit a lot. Which is so frustrating because first of all, I will say alcoholics get a bad rap and say whatever you want about them, but they're always 12 steps ahead of you. So you can't take that away. But this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I just feel robbed because I drank alcohol like 3 or 4 times and I was like, you have to stop. But I feel like alcoholics just get to drink like 380, at least 300, like thousands of times, and then they get to have a great time. But anyways, next time will be a joke when I say it. So thank you.
Woo, 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 woo. Keep it going for Josh Mandel, everybody. Oh, so glad to have you back. It's been a minute, buddy. All right. Next up on the mic, let's see, who have we got? Oh, I'm really excited about this guy. This next comedian is from New Delhi, but he lives in Canada now. He'll also be on the Stand Up for a Cause show that we're doing on March 19th. So more details on that lead. But here, wow, can't talk. Here to talk about what's weird for him, here's Ashwin Singh. Woo, 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 woo.
Hello. Let's talk about what is weird for me. I am an immigrant. I've been. My mom has a master's degree in English, so I've been speaking it since I was 5. So I find it very weird when people walk up to me and they go, "Oh, you've only been here 6 years. You speak English really well," and I have to be like, "You too. Well done. Good job." And they talk for 5 more minutes, and I'm like, "Are you sure you're a native English speaker?" Like, "No, Heather, you can't text me your English is really good and then spell your wrong." Heather has recently decided to go to South Korea to teach little children English, and I am very concerned for South Korea. Because those people are going to learn English from her. They're going to come to America, and they're going to speak what they think is English. It's going to have the word like 5 times in every sentence, no apostrophes. And they're going to learn that the shitty English only works for white people. Like, they also, I found out that there's a variant of English called British English. And I was like, isn't that redundant? You are the English. Like, how little big dick energy do you have? You have to specify it twice? Like, I think I know. It's like when people say, oh, that's like an English comma. I'm like, yeah, it's the English language. I know. like when was the last time somebody pointed to something, they're like, oh, that's the Yiddish comma, it's very popular in the English language. So it's right next to the German colon, the Dutch period. It's the English language, you little prick. What do you think it is? I think I know why it's called British English, because the British are notorious for going around the world, finding things they like and being like, oh, this is British now. Probably saw someone speaking English in India and they're like, ooh, spicy, this is British English. Right. Because you guys know India was colonized for spice, and what's insulting about it is 100 years later their food still tastes bland. That's insulting, right? If you're gonna steal something, use it. Like, spices are kind of like dicks. How much you have matters, but you still have to know where to put it. Like, doesn't matter if you forget about it in your pants or your pantry. Either way, I'm disappointed. I have way more British material, but it actually has stuff I want to try, so I'm going to do that now. I like to think I have beliefs. Then I meet really shitty people that have the same beliefs. Then I don't have beliefs anymore. Like, an Indian comedian was just sent to jail for making jokes about Hinduism. And then I was really mad about that. And I talked to some white comedian friends of mine. I said, guys, I think freedom of speech is under attack. They said, you're goddamn right it's under attack. We can't use racial slurs anymore. And I was like, I think you're the reason freedom of speech is under attack. Because every time I try to defend it, people think you are the dipshits that I am defending. Oh, how is our comedy going to be provocative if we can't use racial slurs? Well, you could be talented. That's an option. Like, when was the last time Picasso finished a painting? He's like, my masterpiece is complete. But how is my art going to be provocative if I can't scribble the N-word in the margins of the canvas? Have some self-respect, for heaven's sake. Improv. All right. Thank you very much. That's been my time. I've been Ashwin Singh.
Keep it going for Ashwin Singh. That was funny. All right. Moving along. Next up, we have a comedian. He's very funny. He's very humorous. And the only fact that's coming to my mind about him is that he, at one point in his life, had to lie about his age to do comedy in bars. Anyway, give it up for Chris Alio! Woo, 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 woo. Oh no, sorry, we're both spotlit. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. There you go. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, good news is I don't have to lie about my age to do comedy anymore. I just turned 21 this past Tuesday.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, guys. And I know I'm a fucking loser because instead of having my first legal beverage Tuesday night, I just decided to have more cake. That's
good call.
So sad. I'm fucking just pissed off this week. And before I get into why, I'm just like so mad that Tom Brady won another Super Bowl. And the reason is because at this point in Tom Brady's career, he's had more post Super Bowl sex than I've had sex. It is so unfair. Guys, we gotta stop letting someone that handsome win so often. It's not safe at all. What's next for Tom Brady is world domination. That's where he's heading if we're not careful. I've had a scary past 2 weeks, and some of you here know why, and some of you don't, but I want to talk about it again. I moved in a new place recently, but for about a year throughout the pandemic, I was living at home with parents. I'm just hungry all the time. And I love whatever that noise is. I was living at home with my parents during the pandemic, and when you do that, it's just like impossible to meet women your own age. But 2 weeks ago, more, yes. When you're living at home with parents, it's hard to meet women your own age. But I was moved in a new apartment 2 weeks ago. I took a slight COVID risk and met a girl my age, and I had my first romantic experience with a woman for the first time in a year. It was fucking fantastic. Then that next Monday, I started to feel a little sick. Tuesday, Wednesday, it got worse. And that Friday, I tested positive for coronavirus. It was like the universe saw me with a woman and was like, "You happy?"
Hell yes.
Yeah. No. We don't do that for you, Chris. Universe was like, "You know how you've been like miserable for the past year?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Universe is like, "We're gonna be doing more of that." So I told my mom I tested positive, and since I'm Italian, my entire extended family knew within the hour. Italians like to talk. We gab. Like I texted my mom at 12 p.m. I said, "Mom, I tested positive." 12:15, I get a call from my cousin. "Here, you tested positive. What do you need? You need something?" I'll put some bread and oil on your door. You can dip it. I was talking to his parents, my aunt and uncle, and they were telling me how they got their first COVID shot, which is great. But the way they got their COVID shot is the most ridiculous shit I've heard in my entire life. All right, there's some like listing, government posting that in Atlantic City, they have 7,000 vaccines available they need to get rid of. And they let 30,000 people put their name in for it. And everyone gets a number, and they pick out of a hat to see who gets the vaccine. On what fucking planet do you pick out of a hat for a vaccine? What is this, the Powerball? What is going on in the community? And it's just only fitting that in a post-Donald Trump world, the only way you can get a vaccine is to gamble for it in Atlantic City. Of course. The only way you gotta like know a guy to get the vaccine. The vaccine is less accessible than hard drugs. This is ridiculous. I live in West Philadelphia. If I want meth, I will have it in 15 minutes, okay? If I want to get the vaccine, I got to drive an hour to AC and put money down for it. This is fucking insane. That's my rant. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Woo! Give it up for Chris Alio, birthday boy surprise feature. Oh my god. God, that just surmise American healthcare. Next up, really excited for this next comedian. You may know him from such things as the theme song to this show. But he is a lover of dish bowls and flower pots and performs frequently. He was recently seen. Please strive to welcome Ed. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, I love the TB&J Mic. Well, hi, boys and girls. Welcome again to the Bronco Bread Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. Are you ready to have a good time?
Woo!
All righty. Well, let me just cool down my guitar here. Hey, boys and girls, last time we were learning how to draw a flying kielbasa. So let me just have the cameraman move the camera over here. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. Now you remember, boys and girls, to draw a flying kielbasa, you got to draw a big round kielbasa like this, and then a big old rotor with some propellers on top. Yes, indeed. Now let's finish it up. Grab your pen here, and you want to draw a little cockpit like this, and then draw yourself inside the cockpit. There you are, flying your kielbasa. Yes, indeed. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Now, what are you going to fuel your kielbasa with? Well, I like to say you hook up some Dijon mustard, stick it in that kielbasa, and that way it'll fuel it up and you can fly around your kielbasa. Ain't that fun, boys and girls? Yes, indeed. Alrighty. Okay. Well, now, it's time now for a visit with my little friend here. Yes, indeed. Normally I have my other little friend, but today it's my special friend to tell us about eating healthy. It's my friend, Vinny Bag of Donuts. Hi, Vinny. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Vinny. So what's our eating healthy tip for tonight? Hey, well, boys and girls, you know if you're going to eat healthy, make sure you eat a lot of chocolate donuts, okay? All right, Vinny. That's very good. I love that. You know, you're a funny guy. Oh, funny? Funny how? Oh, I don't know. You're just funny. Yeah, funny how? How am I funny? What am I funny? You're just funny, you know? What? You're just funny. Come on, you're a big boy. You can handle it. What am I funny? What? Do I amuse you? Am I a clown? Do I make you laugh? Well, what? You're just funny, you know? You're funny. Oh, funny what? What? You think I'm funny? How the freak do you think I'm funny? I'm really funny, huh? How? What? Get out of here! Yeah, sorry about that. Put you on there. Sorry about that, Bronco Brad. Hey, I'll see you later. Huh? Okay. Well, that Vinny, he sure is a funny boy, ain't he? Yes, indeed. Well, now, boys and girls, it's time for a new song that I wrote for you tonight, and I'd love to sing it for you. Hey, you know, in the land of Poland, they don't round up the dogies. And they don't round up their pierogies. No, in the land of Poland, they round up the rolling cabbage. That's the song I'm going to sing for you tonight. Rolling them cabbage along. If you want to clack along, grab your Bronco Brad wooden clackers. All right. Well, I'm rolling. No time to go bowling. I'm rolling them cabbage across the range. Oh, put on your chaps and hat. Our cabbage is big and fat. Rolling Kapuska along. Don't give me a baby pout, cause they'll soon be sauerkraut. I'm rolling that Kapuska along. Oh, rolling them cabbage cross the range. As we're loping across the prairie, seeing men and women hairy, rolling Kapuska along. I dream of home in the hills, galunkies and the Polish stills, rolling them Kapuska along. Oh, rolling, no time to go bowling, rolling them cabbage across the range. Well, wasn't that fun, boys and girls? Yes, it sure was. Well, I had a good time with you, but I got to head back to the ranch. Make sure you stick around for a lot of nice, fun comedians. So until next time, boys and girls, well, I'm all done with the TB&J mic, so it's time for me to go take a hike. Good night, cowpokes.
Keep it going. Thank you so much, Bronco Brad, for being able to jump in for Ed at the last second. I hope he's okay. Next up on our list... Oh, man. Every time. I'm going to be improvising the intro because he said surprise me, but this next comedian, he's great. He, God, what is something about... Well, okay, so he took over...
Hold on, Tom, I'm going to write something for you.
No, it's fine. Okay, Brooks is writing something. I'm going to try and say it as he writes it. He once licked an electrical outlet. Now I'm like anticipating to see if there's more. I don't think there is. Nope. Okay, he typed nope. Give it up for Daniel Flores, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I want to talk. I hate when people get pets and then call themselves parents. Okay, this really bugs me. Because you can't raise a kid like you raise a pet. Okay, like you can't just leash up your toddler to take them on a walk, right? You know, walking down the block with your toddler, you stop, you let him pee on a tree. Got a little leash in one hand, you got a little baggie in the other. stop. You see your neighbor across the street. You wave. You're like, "Hey, neighbor, he's marking his territory. Isn't that cute?" No, it's not cute. That's not parenting. That's an episode of Black Mirror. That's what that is. And like, okay, if I put out a bowl of dog food a day for my puppy, I'm doing a good job. If I put out a bowl of dog food a day for a baby, CPS is getting involved and not in a okay, guys? Now, what's a fun way for CPS to get involved? I'm glad you all asked that at the same time. If you didn't, it would have made the next part of this bit very awkward to transition into. Glad that didn't happen. So how can CPS getting involved be fun? I don't know, guys. I haven't figured it out. When I do, you all will be the first to know. I'm not sure how we'll coordinate it, but we'll meet back here, same time, same Zoom. I'll give you a signal, okay? And you'll see the signal, and you'll go, "Oh, Daniel's having fun with Child Protective Services." That's it'll probably be like the bat signal, but instead of a bat, it's like people taking a child away from me, and I'm just going like. That's what it'll be. Now, I think there's got to be some brand of dog food you can feed a child, though, because sometimes I just like think it looks better than what we eat. Like, I'll see a commercial for dog food on TV, and I'll be like, you know what? That looks like it looks really good with milk. And then the dog comes in and eats it on the TV, and I'm like, well, now my whole day is ruined. Well, why are you letting the dog eat people food? No, don't. Okay, what is wrong with you? Like, are we one of these families that thinks dogs and people should be treated equally? No, that's stupid. Okay. And if you think that, let me ask you this: why don't you fight for the right for dogs to vote? Okay. None of you fight for canine suffrage. Okay. I'm disgusted by the double standard, and I know why you won't. Okay. I know why, and I think you do too. Because if your dog could vote, they would vote for Donald Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a dog is a lot like the average Trump supporter. You know, no college education. They don't care about global warming, and we're told all the time they can't see color. I don't know how I made babies eating dog food political, but I did. It could be a partisan issue. I don't know. But if I ever find out, I'll let you guys know. We'll meet back here, same time, same. No. Shoot. I had more I wanted to do, but 24 seconds. Crap. I don't have enough time for the joke. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Brooks.
Keep it going for Daniel Flores, everybody. You know what else goes good with milk? Uncrustables. That's what I was inspired to write during your set. This is the Uncrustable episode. Anyway, next up, really excited because I didn't think we were going to get to see this comedian tonight, but we do get to see them tonight. Give it up for the hilarious, the wonderful, the exciting, the ridden with sleep apnea, Ralph Anthony.
Yeah. Riddled with sleep apnea. That's it. I'm going to be like Daniel. Just make up my intros, man. Deprecate the shit out of me. That's it, baby. Oh, terrible. Oh, God. I was just back home. I had to bring my fucking apnea machine with me. I gotta carry this thing around. It reminds me of being a kid playing an instrument in elementary school. Like, just lugging this. Like, I don't even want to play the trombone, Mom. I don't want to. I was the kind of kid that had the strict parents. I was like everybody had that friend that always had the strict parents. Those were out of my group of friends, my parents were always the toughest. They were always the worst. My parents were they were strange. Like, you ever have a parent say, well, if you don't eat this for dinner, you're going to have it for breakfast tomorrow? Like that. Like, I feel like, Nick, you're nodding because we grew up in the same white trash trailer. I don't know what it is about poor parents, but they just don't want to waste food, and they will mentally abuse you with the dinner. yeah, just if you don't eat this, you're gonna have it for breakfast tomorrow. And I didn't believe my dad. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, okay. You're gonna give me liver and onions for breakfast. Yeah, no, my dad gave me liver and onions for breakfast. It's disgusting. My dad was the kind of dude that would be like, well, listen, I'm your father, not your friend. I'm like, well, obviously you have to be my father because I wouldn't let anybody be this shitty of a friend to me ever. Like, Dad, my friends have great snacks, okay? Fuck out of here. It's funny when you talk about food because one of the big things with eating is that people always say that you have to wait 20 minutes after you eat to go swimming. That's it. Well, you have to wait 20 minutes after you eat to go swimming. That rule never made sense to me because who doesn't want to float around in a swimming pool after eating 4 slices of cheese pizza? Like that sounds like a magical fucking pool party to me. I mean, are we gonna make s'mores later? What's going on, man? I don't think people should wait to eat. They shouldn't wait to go swimming after they eat. I think they should wait to have sex after they eat. But like that's the sport you need to worry about, okay? I'm not getting a foot cramp because I ate an Italian mix and went swimming, okay? No. I'm burping in my girlfriend's mouth because I ate an Italian mix and then decided to go have sex. You know, like those are the decisions that we have to live with, Grace Snyder. You know, that's what we have going on. Well, we're so attached to food. We love food so much. Shit, we bring food to the bedroom. That's not fun. That's not good. It's like saying, hey, you know what? You know where's a great place to go lift weights? Well, I go out on this surfboard. You're like, what? Okay, maybe it was a terrible. I did get high before my set. I did get high. But it's terrible. Food to bed. There's so many things that can go wrong. You know? Burping while you're making out. Farting during oral. Oh, that's a fun, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's on taco night. It's become a very sticky situation very quickly. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you.
Give it up for Rob Anthony, everybody. Oh my God, I'm so glad you made it tonight. Woo, 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 woo. All right. We're done with that. Now, I don't know why I got so serious. Next up, this guy is my partner in crime. You guys know him as Brooksy Poopsie because I should have more respect for him and call him by his real name every once in a while. I call him Brooks Chandelmeyer. But yeah, give it up for him. He's funny. He's gonna take over. He's only gonna do a few jokes. But it's always a good time. You're in good hands.
All right, everybody. So I am starting to hate Zoom comedy, and it's not because I think I'm too good for it. It's because of the little window that lets me see myself, and I do not care for it one bit. I look like. Have you guys seen The Fly when one teleport chamber had sexy Jeff Goldblum and the other chamber had a fly and they mashed together to form this unholy abomination? It's like that. But instead of sexy Jeff Goldblum, you have an accountant. And instead of a fly, you have a 99-cent microwave burrito from 7-Eleven. The bean and cheese kinds that if any cop sees you eating, they could legally arrest you for public drunkenness. All right, so I don't have a whole lot of new stuff tonight, but do you guys want to hear the very first stand-up, the only joke that landed on my very first time doing stand-up? And let's see if this still works.
Yeah.
All right, so women, have you ever got a dick pic?
Yeah.
All right,
No.
Nick's got a dick pic. That makes the most sense of anyone else in this room.
Yeah.
It's because I sent it to him. But like, most people think that dick pics, and like this is a very new phenomenon. But I gotta tell you guys, it's ancient because you okay there, buddy? You laughing at my dick pic was not the reaction I wanted, Nick. When Ralph sends you dick pics, do you react like this?
Yeah.
No one reacts like that to Daniel's dick pic. We just get like very intimidated. Anyway, so people think that dick pics are new, but it's not. Literally, one of the first pictures taken when cameras were first invented was of someone's dick. And it goes back further than that. Like, people in ancient Rome would graffiti dicks onto mosaics and frescoes. There are etchings in the caves of penises, of cavemen penises. And I talk about all this not because I have a point, but because I like talking about cock. All right, you guys, that's my first ever stand-up joke. Did that laugh?
You've come so far.
The freezing made it the best part. All right, let's get to some people who are prepared for the evening. Our next comic is everybody's favorite Ginger. Give it up for Nick D.
Yeah. Guys, oh my God. Brooks sends me tons of dick pics all the time, you guys. Now, I know that we're friends. He writes my name on the side of it. It's like a small blimp. It's like a skin-colored airplane. Okay. This will be what gets me canceled. I saw Brooks's penis. Ha ha ha. Oh my God, you guys. I wanted to come up and tell you guys something about my day, about me as a person. And then a bunch of other people were like, hey, guess what? I have COVID. So I'm a hack, and I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to talk about COVID shit. That's what white people do. We just take shit. That's not ours. Okay, you guys. So somebody that I work with tested positive for COVID, and they told us that we had to stay home for 2 weeks, but that we were still going to get paid for it. So let me just say that this is the closest I will ever be to having Netflix money. I've had a wonderful 2 weeks. I have gone to sleep every night knowing that I'm just going to wake up to money in the morning. Like, this is something I could get used to. This is what it feels like to be good in life. Actually, someone that I work with tested positive for COVID. I am someone. I found out this morning that I have COVID. I talked enough. I said Hail Mary or Bloody Mary into the COVID mirror a bunch of times, and I got it. So that's what I get. Yeah, it's weird. I called my mom this morning and told her that I got COVID, and she called me, and we had the conversation as if I told her that I had AIDS. She was like, oh my God, how did you get it? What did you do? And I was like, I don't know. I think I sat down on a toilet seat. I don't know what happened. It's weird. Like, taking tests as an adult is like the absolute opposite thing as like taking tests as a child. Because taking tests as a child, you just want to get the highest score possible. But taking tests as an adult, you're like, I want to get the lowest score possible. That's the best thing to happen. Like, think about it. Like, STD test? No. COVID test? No. Paternity test? No, definitely not. I don't want that to come back positive. Look at me. I'm surrounded by toys. I shouldn't be anyone's Think about it. Field sobriety test. Like, that's the one thing you're like, I want to get the absolute lowest score possible. That's one thing you're going to put in your mouth and be like, please give me the smallest number I can get. You know, any other time you're like, I want the biggest. I want the biggest number. Especially when Brooks sends you dick pics. I got a minute left. So you guys remember that period of your life where you thought that your future rested on you getting your diploma? Yeah, I graduated in 2008 and I still don't have a physical copy of my diploma at all. I never went to get it because I have an overdue library book. And you know what, guys? I am doing just fine. Okay? All right. Not great, but I am doing just fine without it. I have COVID, but that doesn't say a lot. Like, my biggest fear is like, I'll need it at some point. I will need that diploma, and I'll have to call them and be like, hey, can I have my diploma? And they'll be like, if you want to see your diploma again, bring us the history of Marvel Comics for exactly $67 and no one gets hurt. Okay. I don't have that type of money. I don't have that kind of money at all. I don't have $67. I don't have $6 or $7 right now. I'm fucked. I'm terminal, guys. This might be my last time on this mic. In the event that I die, let Ralph tell my jokes as if he was a fat ginger. So, yeah.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Nick Dees, who has offended Tom's very soul. Bye, Ralph. All right, guys, our next comic, brand new to the mic, give it up for Mr. T.L. Devaney.
So when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet, and so we had to find interesting ways to occupy our minds. And I remember one of the frequent things that used to come up was stupid things that are illegal. And the one that sticks with me that we thought was so hilarious and dumb was spitting on the sidewalk. And then at some point, some adult told us it was because of the pandemic in 1918 and the spread of disease. And recently, I've really been thinking a lot about that and about how stupid that law actually was as I've been walking down the sidewalk, unable to spit on it because I'm wearing a fucking mask. The other day, I was at the weed dispensary, and I went in and bought what I wanted, and then I came out, and there was this guy outside the dispensary begging for weed. And I was just like, where did he get the idea that this was a thing that he can do? Like, there's no model for this anywhere. There's no retail model for this. There's like not any guy outside the nursery begging for chrysanthemums. There's not some guy outside the Home Depot begging for screwdrivers. Like, you were never allowed to hang outside the weed dealer's house. That wasn't allowed. Some of your friend hanging outside there looking suspicious. I mean, there's still a black market for weed. I guess all I'm trying to say is that, like, I'm pretty sure if you want free weed, you still have to give someone a blowjob. That's all I'm saying. Come on, God. I'm really just here tonight. I mean, I will come back to the mic otherwise, but tonight I came to the mic especially for the Uncrustables because I think this is really a moment of international significance. I think there should be ambassadors and someone from NATO and the United Nations. We should write up something for NAFTA about this. Like, I really think that Desiree is doing more for international relations than any member of the Trudeau family has ever done. Uncrustables thing. And not only that, even though I'm an American who not only loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but loves junk food, I have never eaten Uncrustable myself, although I have a feeling that very shortly after we're done with this mic, I will find myself on the way to the store and find myself a delicious Uncrustable because my curiosity will be killing me at that point. I didn't really do anything for Christmas this year. I sort of have observed that there were two camps of people this year, like people that were kind of like, fuck it, I don't really care. I'm not like doing the decorations. I'm not really doing any part of it except for maybe watching Die Hard. And then there are the other people who still have their Christmas trees up. But it's snowing in Seattle right now. First time this year, pretty much does it one good time a year. And I find myself feeling extra Christmassy. So I think when I go out to get those Uncrustables, I'm going to be cruising around looking to see if anyone's just put their tree out on the street. And I think I'm going to do sort of Christmas in Seattle this weekend just for myself. But anyhow, thanks guys for having me. I am very much looking forward to the Uncrustable. So.
Woo! I took a drink right before I got spotlit because I'm a dangerous, unprofessional alcoholic.
I didn't do that to you on purpose.
I think you did. So give it up for our next comic.
Oh my God.
He performs in bathrooms and garages all over the hood. Give it up for Carrie Cool Trip.
What?
No.
Audio's a little iffy. I'll
Sound like a robot.
Sound like the teacher on Charlie Brown.
Got like a kazoo in his mouth.
Here, try it again. Unmute yourself. See what happens.
Like that ceiling.
I do too.
Try it now. Unmute yourself. See what
Okay,
happens.
can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah!
Yeah! All right, take two. Give it up. Performs in bathrooms and garages all over the hood. Give it up for Carrie Cool Trip.
Hey, yeah, thank you, man. I got some new headphones. I guess they kind of bootleg right now, but like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm horny, man. Like this quarantine, anybody else is like, I am so horny right now. I did my taxes for the first time in 5 years. That's how horny I am right now. I want to try new sex at this point. Like I want to have ego sex. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I meant I want to have sex like eagles. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry. So the way they have, it got weird for a second. So the way eagles have sex, y'all know they lock talons, right? They're in the air, they're locking talons, and they just free fall and have sex like that. That is amazing to me. Can you imagine skydiving and having sex with your partner on the way down? That is exciting to me. That's like the best way to be stimulated, and also maybe the best way to die as a couple if shit goes down. Man, like honestly, I like birds a lot. I like weird birds. I like the seagull. Now the seagull kind of treat me out. So the way that they attract ringworms from the ground is they stand on top of the dirt and they wiggle, shimmy their feet to make it sound like rain sounds, and then the worms just come right up and then they eat them. That is badass to me. I wish I could do that in my dating life. I wish I could go outside and shimmy my legs left and right, and then 47 women pop up around me. Oh my God, I would love to do that. I don't understand why seagulls are here in Dallas, Texas. If they not beach birds, ain't no beaches here. The closest ocean we have is the Mesquite River. Why are seagulls in Walmart's parking lot fighting over leftover food and cigarettes on concrete? I don't understand. What are they doing here with us? So, now my favorite college is the University of Miami, aka the U, and their mascot is Sebastian the Ibis. The Ibis. And that's a cool bird. I would be a terrible Ibis. You wanna know why? Because the Ibis' job is to warn the town of like storms and hurricanes and shit. Not I. I will be a terrible Ibis. As soon as I smell a hurricane, I'm gonna already fly weeks out in advance. and then I'll tweet back to the town, oh, y'all better be careful in Tallahassee. Hurricane Ike on his way. But by the time they get it, the whole town will be dead. I'll be a selfish ass Ibis. So I remember I was like 12 or 13 living in my grandparents' house out here in Dallas. And in my front yard, I saw an owl in a tree. Why are they here? They're not from Dallas or Texas. So I went outside and tried to take a picture of it. And right when I got out there, the owl turned his whole head around, was facing me. His body was facing the front, but his head was looking at me. I'm glad humans ain't like that. I would hate to hit a girl from the back, and then she turned her head all the way around and look at me upside down. Cause I would call the cops. Thank y'all, man. That's my
All right, you guys, give it up for Gary Cool Trip. Keep it rolling for our next comic, Nick Linderman.
Well, thank you for having me. First time here, great to be here. Brooks, I got to disagree with you though a little bit. Personally, being able to look at myself while I'm doing this is one of the better parts of the whole Zoom thing. I mean, let's be honest, this is a consolation prize, but I mean, being able to look at my own face while I'm doing it, what, I got to look at the rest of you only? No, this is better. This is much better. Ralph was talking about his parents being strict. I also had strict parents, especially my mom. It was just me and her. My parents got divorced. When I was in high school, it was just me and my mom. And she was always a step ahead. She let me get away with a little bit of stuff, but nothing that she didn't know about. She knew everything I did. And she was especially good at just psychological warfare. One day, midweek, she stopped me in the hallway. She's like, hey, Nick, new rule. You don't have sex in my room, and I won't have sex in your room. All right? Not what I needed before a geometry quiz, but okay. But it was genius. It's fucking genius. Never have sex in there. I never went in that room again. I most certainly never, ever let one of my shithead friends go in there. Not one time. No one even got a foot over the threshold. I could have 50 kids over at a party. I could be doing a keg stand in the detached garage, and someone would lightly brush their hand against the door jamb. I would be right there. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? You are messing with powers you do not understand. This is my mother's room, where she sleeps and keeps her moderately priced jewelry. Back in the living room. I know it's cute. Becky said she'd let you get to second base, but there's a futon mattress in the shed. You are not fucking this up for me. I gotta get over here. So in high school also, I worked for the local theme park, and I loved it. It was fun. I especially liked how at least twice a week I get stopped on the midway by some guest saying, hey, what's wrong with the roller coaster? Why is the roller coaster broken? Really, dude? I'm dressed like an old-timey saloon keeper right now. I'm obviously 17 years old, and I'm carrying a tray of churros. Like, you really think I'm headed to do some mechanical engineering just at the moment? Like, I'm going to drop these off, double back for my tool bag. Like, and you're still riding this ride when I finish fixing it? I don't know. It's a flux capacitor, man. What do you want from me? Like, it has some stupid questions. You're going to get a snarky answer from a teenager most times. So I saw an ad, or heard a radio ad the other day for cosmetic gynecology. I have got absolutely no idea what that is. And honestly, I really don't want to know. But I'd like to imagine that it involves googly eyes somehow. So I went to see a financial planner. Told him I didn't want to outlive my money. He suggested smoking. It was a pretty quick meeting. And on that note, I'm going to give a little bit of time back to the room because I also am here for the Uncrustables. My money is on, you think they're fucking gross. Like, that's what I think is most likely going to happen. That's been my time. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Nick Lindemann. All right, our next comic, she hosts the Weekend Remedy on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Find it at the Weekend Remedy on Facebook or weekend_remedy_Chicago on Instagram. Give it up for Grace Snyder.
Hey, I put myself in gallery view so I can just see all of your faces. So you better laugh. No, it's okay. It's okay if you don't laugh. I lived in Chicago almost 4 years. This is my longest stretch of time without cock. So what happened was all this summer I was chasing cock. It was really exciting. But there's too much snow now, and the rooster and the hens are in the hen house. So no more chasing cock at this point. That's what's happened. Yeah, I did chase a rooster around the yard, my neighbor's yard, and they were okay with it. We're still neighbors. They gave me beer the other day. I don't know, I had this thing for him. It's weird. It's kind of that like hard to get. I don't know. It's I can't explain it except that I had pain from him, and it's okay. Like I have scars now because he has talent, and I'm okay with that. Better than an STD. It really is. You ask how that happened. Well, you can get in lots of good positions. No, I don't know, man. COVID, it's really close to home. There's so many people here who have it. Is everybody okay? Should I have worn my mask? I mean, sure. I thought about it. Oh man. I went skiing tonight I almost said in the woods, but what I meant is in the park down the street, which means you get a lot of looks, but it's fun. It's good. I have to. I lived in a cabin in the woods for 6 years of my life in Alaska. And it was really great, really isolating. And I realized one of the things I love about this pandemic, did I say that? Oh, let me back up. One of the things I appreciate and value about this pandemic is that I don't have to go out. I don't have to see people. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be chasing cock right now. I would. Actually, it wouldn't be bad to chase the real thing. But to be honest, I've come to this revelation. I really don't like dating apps. I'm almost 40. I'm 40. What am I? I'm 40. Okay, I'm 40. And where's little Chris? Where's Chris? Where's the 21-year-old? Chasing cock. No, I would just say that. Sorry, I have to call back to that. Let me just bring my peaceful candles out. Okay, we're okay. We're gonna be okay. Okay. I have spent probably about 16 hours of my life. I almost said 16 years. That's how bad it is. Swiping and preparing my resume for these dating apps, and I'm done. It is just a waste of fucking time. I can't do it anymore. My thumbs are tired, and my fingers need to be saved for other things, like masturbation. You know. There's so many other things I'd rather be doing, like lighting candles, reading Stacey Abrams' book. It's really good. Writing in my journal, also awesome. Watching episodes of Mad About You. I hate Helen Hunt on that show with a passion, actually. But I will watch that instead of swiping. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Let's just have a moment of silence for this, okay? Oh no, I just blew out the candle. That's about right. That's about right. That's about right. But obviously I'm full of a lot of hot air, and I can do great things with my mouth. Like talk. That's about it, you guys. My name's Grace. It's been so great to be here. I'm gonna come back, and I'm here for the Uncrustables. I'm here for Desiree.
Going for Grace Snyder.
Yeah.
Our next comic wrote "not available." It's Oscar Caravo.
I thought it was not applicable. I thought it was. No, I just don't know. I'm not I don't understand introductions to open mics. So it's just weird. Like Grace, I've been chasing pussy the whole winter, right? My neighbor's cat, right? I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's go. I hate the saying "what doesn't kill you makes you stronger," right? And I hate that saying because I feel like that saying doesn't work when you get hit by a bus, right? Like if that bus doesn't kill you, it won't make you stronger, right? Like it'll make you paralyzed if it makes you anything, right? Like I never heard of a guy who could bench press 100 pounds and the next day he can suddenly bench press 200, and the only thing he did in between those 2 days was get hit by a bus, right? Like, you see a real buff dude at the gym and you'll be like, steroids though? Like, nah, man, a Greyhound bus hit me, right? Old ass driver that won't retire and shit, right? Let's talk about gas station garbage cans, man. The way I keep my car clean is every time I pull up to a gas station, I immediately throw all the garbage out at a gas station garbage can, right? And I feel like a lot of people use this technique because you'll be seeing garbage at gas station garbage cans that doesn't belong there, right? Like you'll be seeing like pizza boxes and like flat screen TVs and shit, right? Like the other day, I swear I saw a dude drop his couch in there, right? Like the crazy thing was that his baby mama was still sitting on it, right? She had her left titty out and was breastfeeding their child and shit, right? I needed a new couch and that shit looked like it was in good condition, so I took it home and now I'm married, right? Paying that child support payment every other week, man. I don't like face tattoos. I think face tattoos are real incriminating, right? Like for example, if somebody robbed a gas station and they put up a picture of a dude with a face tattoo, and there's like, this is the possible suspect. That's not the possible suspect, right? Like that motherfucker did it, man. You know, like. Plus, I know, dude, man. He sells loose squares behind all these on Tuesdays, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shiesty dude, man. Yeah, he tells you they're marbles, but actually Newports and shit. I don't know, man. One of my favorite drinks at Mexican restaurants is called horchata, right? Which is like rice water in Spanish. And but people that can't speak Spanish, they pronounce it closer to horchata, right? Emphasis on the whore, which is like every time they're ordering, this is what it sounds like to me. They're like, "Can I get some horchata?" You know, like your sluttiest chata, right? Like, type of chata that goes down on you for like an eighth of weed and a bump of coke type of chata, right? And the server's just like coming right up, right? Yeah, man. You can tell by looking at me that after work I get late often, right? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. You could tell by looking at me that I get laid off work often, right? My dad used to kiss me in the lips growing up, which is some people tell me that's weird, right? Like Tom Brady does it with his dad and his son now. So like I never found it weird growing up. The only time I found it weird was the last time he did it because I was already 20 years old, and the reason I found it weird was that me and my dad had broken up when I was 19, right? I was like, what do you want from this, dude? Make up your mind. All right, man. I think that's my time. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys, give it up for Oscar Carabo. Our next comic never knows what to say to this, so I will say something for them. Hold on, let me get a look at you.
Oh my god.
Colby, wave your hand. Okay. Our next comic faked a brick wall behind him in order to feel a sense of normalcy in a constantly changing, ever-crushing world that is bearing down on us. Give it up for Colby Knight.
Yeah, thank you. That got exactly as real as I'd like to. Let's keep that going. Where are my depressed people at? Woo, yeah. Woo! I've got the void down in my... We all know what I'm talking about. This isn't a cry for help or anything. Let's see. So weird situation. I am very broke. I'm about 3 days away now from starting a Guy Fieri themed OnlyFans at this point. The thing is, I'm broke and I need to lose weight. And you'd think problem solved in that situation. But what happens is my lizard brain will kick in and I will wake up 3 days later in a ditch covered in someone else's blood and quarter pounder residue. At this point, my own personal struggle is just every day is a battle to not download the McDonald's app. It's essentially where I'm at with my mental health journey or whatever bullshit. Yeah, we're going off the rails here. Took me a while to get into Zoom comedy just because I don't like bombing in my room where I have the necessary materials to kill myself. I'm kidding. I can't afford rope right now. Clearly I need to go to therapy, which I try to go to therapy, but it's like summer camp. If you're poor, it's going to be affiliated with a church. So that's how I felt about church affiliated therapy. I was worried the guy's going to be like, it's because you're sinning. Which thankfully he didn't do that. What he did do is take all of my stories out of context. So, now I know how the Bible feels. Speaking of religion, I used to think that Jesus couldn't have been white because, he's born in the Middle East. But then I saw a verse in the Bible where he called his mother woman and got away with it. And look, I'm so white, I clap out of rhythm when the plane lands. So when I see my own culture, I know it. I may be white, but at least I'm male, which is good because I have absolutely no ass. I look like a frog from the behind. If I end up in the world of All About That Bass, I am Yoko Ono. So I do too well. Moving right along. I don't know if you guys saw the United States House passed the thing where they're trying to remove gender language. Like instead of saying mother or father, they say parent. Instead of saying brother or sister, it's sibling. Instead of congressman, congresswoman, it's traitorous fuckface. I just didn't know what they were going to do if it was aunt or uncle, right? I realized we have a gender neutral term for aunt or uncle. We just haven't been using it. I think it's alcoholic. That's what I think. You're gonna have a kid in like 30 years whose parent is gender fluid. Be like, hey, alcoholic Pat wants to take you to get ice cream. Boil the magic box to make the car go. I got to get a second job during the pandemic. We're gonna breeze right through this. Working for a limo company, which is unfortunate because I graduated with a degree in commercial aviation right at the onset of a global pandemic. So I've been doing real well. It's upsetting. I work at a limo company now. I'm still transporting people in a suit, so at least I'm a little bit fulfilled. Our two biggest clients right now are the local OBGYN department and wine tours, so my life is just winos and gynos, essentially. It's frustrating because now I get to be jealous of the virus because at least it's fucking airborne. So only spending all that time and money learning how to fly just to get a job driving people to the airport. It feels too close to edging for my own personal comfort. Driving people right up to the door of the airport, but never getting into the door of the plane that I learned how to fly is a lot like dating as a Christian when everyone's saving it till marriage. Also like that, there's a ton of baggage. You can only get in the back door. I've been Colby Knight.
Keep it going for Colby Knight. And then keep it rolling for the star of tonight's show. Desiree wants to thank Tom and Brooks for helping create a subgenre of Canadian comedy, uncrustable jokes. Give it up for Desiree Walsh.
Hey guys. So Tom sent me some Uncrustables in the mail. You didn't start the clock.
I'm sorry, you're the guest of honor. I feel like it would also be weird if I cut you off if you weren't done.
I feel like I'm doing a YouTube video. Ring lights, but I don't understand how they work. Today we're unboxing Uncrustables. They are not sponsoring this video, but they damn well should be. At least 20 people have told me they didn't know these existed till they met me. Also, a big thank you to Tom, who sent me these from, I think he lives in Alexandria.
That's correct.
And I think that is in Maryland?
Virginia, very close.
Virginia? The DMV, as
yeah.
So this is the box. It's a pretty standard box of like a processed food. So that's good. So we're just gonna open it. Oh, we're just gonna open it. We're gonna. This is what an Uncrustable looks like. Yes, so it appears to be in this is what shit, I can't do it. This is what like the makeup YouTubers do with like the lipsticks. This isn't a plastic. I have no idea if it's sustainable, assuming not, because it's made by Smuckers. But you never know. It resembles a hockey puck shape. Yes. Yeah. So this is it. It's partially frozen, but mostly thawed, and then through some TV magic, I have a thawed Uncrustable, and now I'm gonna eat it for you. I don't know what the calories are. Don't have 9% sodium, so that's good. And yeah, it doesn't say that can't find the calories. 220 or no 210 calories for this hockey puck, which literally contains nothing with nutrients except maybe the sugar or the jam, the small fruit in the jam. Okay, so now I'm gonna eat it, which is I'm gonna remove the mic because that's gross. But...
Hell yes, dude.
Don't let Kelly down.
Okay, so it's a fucking sandwich. It is a fucking sandwich, you guys. like I thought it was gonna be like a savory kind of like fancy pizza pocket pastry, and it is literally some white bread, some white like some. And like the white bread, like the Wonder Bread white bread, and then you can see where I bent the classic sandwich filling. It's pretty good. I mean, these did take about a week to get to me, and they should be in a freezer. So, all considering, I think this is good.
Hell yes,
like
dude.
I guess like a 6 out of 10. It is literally just like we could make these with a cookie cutter and some white bread. We don't even really have to bake them. That is how basic this is. But it's not bad.
Don't backpedal now, Desiree.
Gotta fry them.
I'm gonna finish it. I was gonna eat a frozen. It's not really frozen, but we'll try. It's a little bit frozen. So now we'll try this. A hockey puck is cold. That is the difference.
Better or worse, though? Over, under?
We can't hear you.
You took the mic away.
About the same, actually. Like, if this is a 6. This is like maybe a 5.5.
Oh my god.
Gotta
fry 'em.
Oh, Desiree.
Oh my god.
Yeah, follow up next week when you fry them.
Oh, sure. Like and subscribe if you like this video.
The bell. Click the bell.
Every Thursday.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as the outro. Thank you so much, Desiree. Oh my god, my face hurts so much. That was so funny. I'm so glad that we did this. You guys have no idea. If this is your first time tuning in, like, this has been a thing, and this is like, if ever there was a season finale for an open mic, this is it. And that being said, that's all we had planned for tonight. If the comics want to hang out in the room for 15 to 30 minutes after, we have like a little green room time that we do, but otherwise we're gonna stop streaming. And thank you guys so much for coming out and watching. I want to give a big thank you to my co-host Brooks and all the comedians who performed tonight, and of course, Desiree Walsh for taking a risk with my questionable Uncrustables in the mail. And of course, you, our audience. Tonight especially, probably seems weird, but it exemplifies for me the amazing community that we've come to know and love here at District Comedy. And I'm really grateful to have met you all during what would have otherwise been extremely dark times. Tom, stop being genuine. Get back to dick jokes. If you enjoyed the show and want to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at district-comedy.live, or alternatively, like, share, follow us on all the social media. We put out videos every Thursday, and also, yeah, just that's it. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Thank you all for